Imagine it's a Tuesday night. The kids are finally asleep, the house is quiet, and you finally do the one thing you've been avoiding for 6 months. You log into your retirement account. You squint at the screen, hoping for a miracle, but the number's staring back at you. The sum total of 20 years of hard work is roughly what a decent used Honda Accord costs. The worst part? You aren't irresponsible. You don't have a shopping addiction or a fleet of jet skis in the driveway. You've done everything right, yet you've reached your 40s staring at a balance that looks more like a car payment than a nest egg. If that thought makes your stomach do a somersault, listen close. I'm Dollar Bill, and today we're going to walk through the high-stakes money milestones you need to hit in your 40s. These aren't vague feel-good tips. This is the uncomfortable, math-backed truth. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop floating and start building a future that doesn't keep you up at night. Because your 40s aren't a crisis, but they are a window, and windows have a nasty habit of closing. Before we dive into the numbers, I want you to meet my friend Dave. Dave is 43, he earns $95,000 a year, which is a great salary. He's got the house, the 2 kids, and 2 shiny car payments. He also has $87,000 in a 401k he hasn't checked since he signed up. Dave isn't broke, but he's floating. And as we're about to see, floating is just a slow-motion way of sinking. Our first milestone is the big one, knowing exactly where you stand and feeling the weight of it. Fidelity, the folks who manage millions of retirement accounts, have a benchmark you need to hear. By age 40, you should have 3 times your annual salary saved. By age 50, that should be 6 times your salary. For Dave, earning $95,000, he should have $285,000 tucked away right now. He's $200,000 behind. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll be $500,000 behind by his 50th birthday. Now, don't feel too bad if you're in Dave's shoes. The median retirement balance for people in their early 40s is only about $60,000. We are a nation of people who are 3 to 4 times behind where we need to be. But here is where it gets interesting and a little scary. Your 40s are the last real window where the math is still on your side. If a 40-year-old wants to hit $1 million by age 65, they need to invest about $7,234 every single month. But if a 25-year-old starts, they only need $381. That's an $85.3 per month penalty just for being 15 years late to the party. Every single year you wait in your 40s costs you about $60,000 in lost future wealth. Think of it like a leaky bucket. Every year you don't plug the hole, a massive chunk of your freedom just pours out onto the floor. But wait until you see what happens to Dave if he never plugs that leak. It turns his retirement into a math problem he literally cannot solve. I'll show you that breakdown in a bit. But first, we have to talk about the debt dragon. Milestone number 2 is killing the right debt in the right order. People in their 40s are carrying some of the weirdest debt loads in history. We've got credit cards, which average about $9,100 for this age group. We've got student loans that are still hanging around like an unwanted house guest from college. And then there are the cars. Dave's 2 car payments are probably sucking $1,400 out of his budget every month. Here is the dollar bill hierarchy of debt. First, credit cards. This is not a background inconvenience. This is a house fire. If you're paying 22% interest, there is no investment on earth that will consistently beat that. Paying off that card is a guaranteed 22% return on your money. Trying to invest while carrying a credit card balance is like trying to hike a mountain with a backpack full of bricks. Drop the bricks first. Next up are the cars. This is where most people in their 40s lose the game. That $1,400 Dave is spending on trucks that lose value every day? If he invested that instead, he'd have over $1 million in 30 years. Instead, in 10 years, he'll have 2 rusty trucks worth about 11 grand. The math is brutal, folks. You have to stop trading your future for that new car smell. But even if you clear the debt, there's a silent disaster waiting for 76% of you. Milestone 3 is the one almost everyone ignores, estate planning. Only 24% of Americans have a will. If you're in your 40s, you probably have kids, a mortgage, and a life insurance policy. Yet you're less likely to have a will than an 18-year-old. If Dave passes away without a will, his life goes into probate. That's a fancy word for a legal nightmare. A judge who has never met Dave's kids will decide who raises them. The court will take 6 months to 2 years to sort out his house, and they'll charge up to $40,000 in legal fees to do it. All of that can be avoided with a basic estate plan that costs less than a new TV. And here's a pattern interrupt for you. Something most people forget. Your 401k and life insurance pass directly to whoever is named as the beneficiary. They don't care what your will says. If Dave got divorced 10 years ago and forgot to change his beneficiary, his ex-wife gets his entire retirement account, and his current wife gets 0. Check those names this week, pals. It takes 5 minutes and saves a lifetime of heartache. If you're finding this valuable and want to keep your finances from becoming a cautionary tale, hit that subscribe button. Most people watching right now aren't subscribed, and I've got new videos every week to help you win with money. Now, let's talk about life insurance. Milestone 4. Half of people in their 40s have no insurance, and the other half don't have enough. Dave's work gives him 1 year's salary and coverage. If Dave dies, his family is okay for 12 months. Then what? You need 10 to 12 times your income in term life insurance. For Dave, that's about $1 million bucks. A 40-year-old can get that for about $50 a month. But wait until you're 50, that price triples. The window for cheap security is open right now, but it's closing fast. This brings us to one of the most emotional traps of the 40s, college versus retirement. Dave's daughter is 14, and he's terrified of tuition bills. He's thinking about pausing his 401k to save for her school. Dave, buddy, listen to me. You cannot take out a loan for retirement. There is no such thing as a senior citizen student loan. If you sacrifice your retirement for your kids' college, you aren't giving them a gift. You're giving them a future burden when they have to support you at age 75. Put your own oxygen mask on first. Fund your retirement fully, then and only then help with college. And while we're talking about houses, milestone 6 is the mortgage question. A lot of people want to pay off their house early for the feeling of it. But if you locked in a 3% interest rate a few years ago, paying it off early is a $1 million mistake. If you take $100,000 and pay off a 3% mortgage, you save some interest. But if you put that same money in the market at 8%, you end up with $1.7 million more over 30 years. Psychological comfort is great, but is it worth $1.7 million? Probably not. As you approach the big 50, you need to look for the turbo button. Milestone 7 is maxing out your catch-up contributions. At age 50, the IRS lets you put an extra $7,500 into your 401k. If you do that every year until 65, that extra bucket alone turns into $730,000. But here's the trap. Dave says he'll start when he's 50. But when 50 hits, the kitchen needs a remodel, the kids are in college, and the money vanishes. You have to automate the plan now before you ever see the money. Finally, milestone 8, check your allocation. Most people set their 401k investments in their 20s and never look back. If you're too conservative in your 40s, inflation will eat your lunch. You still have 25 years of growth ahead of you. Don't hide in bonds just because you're getting a few gray hairs. I want to leave you with 2 versions of Dave. Version 1 kept the car payments, skipped the will, and paused his retirement to pay for college. At 67, he's living on $29,000 a year, terrified of every grocery bill. Version 2 ran the numbers at 43. He killed the credit cards, got the term life insurance, and kept funding his retirement while finding other ways to help his kids with school. At 67, he has nearly $1 million and a paid-off home. He has the one thing money is supposed to buy, options. The difference between those two Daves isn't luck or a bigger salary. It's a series of small, boring decisions made in the 40s window. That window is open for you right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these milestones are you going to tackle first this month? And subscribe if you haven't. I post new videos every week to help you make the math work for you. See you in the next one.